Throughout our history, there have been a lot of different accounts of UFOs and unidentified spacecraft flying around in our skies. These go back centuries, if not thousands of years. We have ancient civilizations talking about moving objects in the sky. The Aborigines, the Mayans, the Egyptians. There have even been depictions of this in paintings of Christ. And although these sightings are a pretty frequent thing, there seems to be a lot more of them in times of war, or at times that we start messing around with technologies that could hurt us all. One such example is the Solway Spaceman, who we actually spoke about on the channel before. You can click the little card up above in one of these corners to watch that video if you want to. So moving on from that, let me ask you a question. What are Foo Fighters? No, they're not a band. I mean, they are a band, but there was something else before them. Foo Fighters were the name given to mysterious lights in the sky by the US Air Force back during World War II. These weren't just lights that hovered in the sky and looked pretty, like they could be a star or a flare or something very far away. These were lights that actually came after airplanes during the war. They followed aircraft in a very controlled manner, which made the air pilots come to the conclusion that they were being controlled by intelligent beings. These weren't just spotted by the US Air Force. They were also spotted by the RAF, and the RAF actually thought they were secret German weapons. One of the most well-known first-hand accounts of one of these Foo Fighters came from a man named Ronald Claridge. During World War II, he was actually the flight commander for the No. 7 Pathfinder Squadron, and he was the radio operator in a bomber commanded by a man named Brian Froe. And one night they were coming back from a raid, and they were flying at 25,000 feet. At that moment, the radar in the plane commanded by Froe malfunctioned, and then Froe said over the radio, "What the hell is that?" Claridge looked out to see what Froe was talking about, and he saw an enormous string of lights, which he estimated had a span of about 1,000 yards. According to him, those lights seemed to be at the edge of a huge ship, and it wasn't only him that saw it. The whole crew of 50 men were silent. They were completely stunned. But apparently none of them were actually scared by these lights. As he put it, they all felt a sense of complete calm and happiness looking at them. When they later returned to their base, RAF intelligence told them to never speak about what they had seen, and they were not to write about any of this in their logbooks, which goes against every code of the RAF. That's why this story didn't come out until 2003. But thankfully we do have some idea of what Claridge had seen. When he did come out with the story, he had actually started painting in his free time as a hobby, and he painted what he had seen that night. A vision of this long craft, the lights on the side, just floating in the sky. Now this may be the most detailed account that we have of the story, but there are plenty more of them. Countless, in fact, stories of these Foo Fighters coming and interfering with the radar on the planes, or in some case even attacking planes. There have been times that the US Air Force and the RAF actually tried to fight back, and of course failed. Now, some people believe that these were alien spacecraft that were coming to observe what we were doing during war times. Others believe that, again, these were alien spaceships, but that they were trying to stop us from taking things too far, or to get us to stop fighting at all. Now, you could say that these Foo Fighters were picking a side, going against the US Air Force and the RAF, but actually there have been some German accounts of the same things happening to them with malfunctions in their aircraft and those such things. So it seems like they weren't discriminating, they just wanted everybody to stop. We might not ever have confirmation on what was going on and what these spacecrafts really were and what they were trying to achieve. But if you put all the pieces of evidence together, it does seem quite likely that these were extraterrestrials from somewhere else that were trying to get us to stop the war. That they were trying to mess with our radar and get us to stop before we completely destroy our civilization. But you never know, there are countless other theories too. And let me know in the comments what your theory is about all of this. Do you think that they were trying to help us, or do you think that they were trying to hurt us? If you know somebody who you think would find this topic interesting, then please share this video with them. And if you like this kind of content, you can subscribe and click the bell button to get notifications when I upload, so you'll know if I upload another UFO video or if I upload something completely different. You can be here to see that. Finally, please find me on social media, somewhere here, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.